Let's talk about this real quick. We're on Polypoid for map number 1. In the bottom left, we have Gypsy. This guy is a Canadian Terran player. I think that mechanically, he's probably the strongest overall foreigner and top 2 Terran, I would say, overall in the foreign scene. I think he's a very, very strong player. And yeah, I think that this is going to be awesome to see how he's going to face. He's going to be playing Terran in all 9 show match games, going up against Scan, who is, of course, a Terran pro gamer. He's been in ASL. He's a regular practice partner of all the pros. Obviously, I do a lot of, casts of him and have him come over to my house to help teach me and stuff. Good friend of mine. And he's very good Protoss and Zerg. I asked him to estimate what he thinks his MMR is with the 2 races, and he thinks like 24 to 2500-ish area is probably it, but he doesn't really ladder with them heavily or anything, so yeah, just throwing that out there. I think it should be a good match. We're going to be playing all 9 maps, even if it's like up 2-0, we'll keep going. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, let's see how this goes. I think I'm very excited about it. So anyways, Scan up here, Gypsy down here. Looks like Gypsy's going to be opening up with a gasless expand. That's why the barracks is here. His CC will go here, which makes a little Zealot tight wall. That's Zealot tight as well. I'm 99% sure. So this is a great position for this expansion.
33 cents. I believe that Mipsy will win this because they are a powerful foreigner and Scon is going to lose this game and any others against Mipsy. Artosis, how do you feel this map will affect Mipsy's victor?
I don't know what the hell that means, but thank you, bad co-caster. I'm going to ignore you as if you were tasteless. Now, it looks like Scan is going for the fast expansion here off of a single gateway. This is a really meta build right now. It's very, very popular. I've already played against it today. I play against it every day. So basically what you do is you go 1 Zealot expand. It's actually the Protoss mirror of this build, and it's brand new. Like, people just started doing this in Protoss versus Terran. So kind of cool to see him busting out here. I've played against him doing it also. The Zealot kind of keeps you slightly more safe. It's like, for instance, if you go Command Center first and people make early units, you die. But if you go gasless expand like this, you have the Marines to parry that. That's kind of the idea with Protoss here. And also, you can put a little bit of pressure on with this Zealot. So he is going across, but with this micro hull, it shouldn't be that hard for Gypsy to hold on. This is not laggy. We did turn rate 16. Which is totally solid. This is actually what pro games used to be played at. Just so people know, the turn rate is way faster on remaster than it ever was back in the old days. So yeah, it's solid latency. He should have the micro ability here. And honestly, I think Gypsy has like the best micro of everybody in the foreign scene pretty much. Okay, so you see the Zealots actually putting on like really good pressure. He kills off a Marine and an SCV, and gets away. So that's like a very, very good Zealot. It also kind of forced some more Marine productions, which is really annoying. You can see how slow this gas is. So I would say right now we have a slight edge to Scan, but it's not like the end of the world for Gypsy or something like that. All right, so we have range on the way. The SCV going around. Zealot's chasing it. Certainly we'll be seeing Gypsy add on factories. We'll see if he wants to go for a 2-factory play from here. That's going to be the most standard, especially considering he kept his SCV alive this entire time. This is like a very important thing. You know, you're microing pretty heavily across the map, so to keep the SCV alive is like really, really powerful if you can do that. And he sees the Robo. So he sees a Goon. He saw Goon range, which got canceled, by the way. So he should have seen that also, which means he does not need siege mode. And he sees the Robo. So this is like really good for Gypsy go 2-factory against. Yep, 2 factories go down. And so this is a pressure build that we're going to see out of Gypsy. Now, if Scan gets really greedy, there's a chance that Gypsy can actually do real damage with the push. But I think the most likely situation here from Scan would be him rushing up to Reaver. We'll see about that momentarily. Looking at Gypsy's side, yeah, okay, just making his depots, producing. You notice he's making more Marines as well. That's for the push.
X500, Gypsy is the greatest tyrant of all the stinky little earthworm mods. He must lose to Sate, my guy in the chat, bloodlust.
All right. For those of you who don't know, Gypsy is he's been a friend of mine for a long time. He's a mod in my chat, and he bans people relentlessly. So, yes. People may be cheering against him here. Okay, so that was just a little check to make sure that the command center was done and everything. Takes a tiny bit of hull damage, not a big deal. And now we get to see where he wants to go from here. Okay, eBay going up. He did see the Robo, so probably assuming it's Reaver. Yep, the Reaver tech walling over here. I really like that choice from Scan, right? He's prepping this base to be taken and also getting the Reaver tech ready, right? And that's well hidden. This is like, you're not really going to scout here right now unless you have Vultures out, which with this build, you will never have Vultures out right now. Like, if you go Gasless Expand, you're generally just not going to go Vulture first. Okay, so the shuttle is waiting. Notice he puts the shuttle somewhere. It won't be scanned most likely as well. Like, your scan would probably go right on the Nexus and give you this radius. So he's hiding that. He's hiding this. He's taking a third. This is a very, very greedy build from Scan, right? He went fast expansion, just a few goons. He canceled his range upgrade to get the quicker Robo, and he's taking a third base so fast here. But turret's going up for Gypsy, and he's going to start his pressure now. This is probably mines, but it could be speed, it could be siege. It's hard to say. There's like a lot of stylistic choices that are made with these type of pressure builds. Different players like different upgrades to utilize, and I wouldn't say any one is better than the other. Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Wow! If Gypsy had been super quick to catch that, this shuttle would be in the red right now. He wouldn't have lost it, but it would have been in the red, so... that would have been amazing. Now, this push from Gypsy, now that he's got the damage on the shuttle, it's going to have a little bit of a harder time. He doesn't have many goons. Let's see if he can pick off these Marines. If he gets a good scarab on the Marines... Oh my god. Okay, here he goes. Drops out those Zealots. Here comes the Reaver. Not the best first scarab, but it's okay. He hasn't really lost anything here. He's picked off some of the Marines. Okay, yeah, speed was the first upgrade. That's the longest upgrade, so it makes sense. I think he's probably getting mines. If you get speed, you almost always get mines second, so that's probably what that is. Third factory on the way. He has a good turret ring up. It's going to withdraw for now. Really good choice to withdraw. But is he going to... Like, where does Gypsy go from here? Okay, he's running out on the map with the Speed Vultures. I really like this. The Speed Vultures can kind of keep Scan a little bit busy right now. Okay, he's going to try to slip by, but there's already a pylon wall here. You can see how difficult it can be to actually harass with Vultures. They just make these walls, and pretty tough. But he gets into the natural. Ooh, goes up in the main base. I love it. This Dragoon not getting the ramp quickly enough. There is going to be a little bit of a drill. Oh, that's a really good catch there by Scan. But these are doing good damage right now. These Vultures are fantastic. Look at that. And, you know, that can happen. If you have anything misplaced, sometimes the Vultures get in and can do some pretty significant damage. See Gypsy still microing. Wow, that's so many kills. He got so much damage there done there, guys. Okay, so Scan right now, I think he needs to really focus on making a lot of units. Gypsy is on 4-fact. He has the turret ring, so it's really hard for Scan to see what's going on. Here, let's see Scan's vision here. He sees a missile turret, a tank siege, some Marines. Doesn't really see what's going on. Oops. A few Goliaths popping out. Looks like he's getting the Goliath range upgrade. That's actually the longest upgrade from the machine shop. Not speed, but you can't get it till an armory's out. And let's take a look. Okay, good probe saturation. Good probe saturation. Light. This is very light probe saturation for the main base. Obviously, we saw the Vultures get in there. He is trying to refill it. Only 3 gates right now. He does have the Reavers. He does have a good amount of goons. So, like, I think he won't die to anything. But he can probably slow down this expansion a little bit, right? I love how Gypsy's playing this, by the way. You can see he's made the bunker the main base. This is a really modern technique from 1999. I kid you not. People used to do this against Reaver drops in literally... 1998, 1999, like I read guides and stuff about like, oh yeah, you put this here and you put like a turret next to it and a siege tank next to it and you got that Reaver drop. But it's actually come back because of speed shuttles and your Marines aren't very useful after the very beginning of the game. So if they're left alive, throw them in a bunker near the CC. So it's really cool to see it go full circle like that. Now, Starport on the way. He's got a very healthy amount of units. Gypsy's production looking really strong. Still running around with some Vultures. You can really see what a strong player Gypsy is here, right? Like, he got some damage done with the Vultures, which didn't necessarily need to happen. Like, Scan made a little bit of mistake letting that in. And now he's coming out. He's going to try to push into this base. He got a good volley off onto that Reaver. Going to drop the Reaver back out for a Scarab. Okay, picks it up. You can see, right now, Scan is just stalling. This army can't actually beat this army, but it can trade efficiently. So, Gypsy has to be careful here. All right, pushing up, floating his command center. More vultures running out now. Look at these vultures he's got, right? Mine here. He's got a few mines here, so reinforcements can't come too easily. I love the way that Gypsy's playing it. Scan going to have to back up as these tanks come up. You can see he's just trying to get... yeah, that Reaver was about to be hit by the tank. But you can see he's just being as annoying as is possible. He kills off the comm stat. Let's take a look in Gypsy's main. He's getting his science facility, so he'll get started on 2-1 here. He does already have that +1 attack. And you can see, look at that. It's like a lot of damage put down, but Scan will run out now. Does have speed shuttles. Let's take a look. Second forge warping in. He has 2 shuttles now. His shuttle, this one's full health. Was this one? Yeah, this one's full health as well, so that's kind of nice. He can definitely bomb in with those at some point. Third speed shuttle. Very trendy right now to be getting speed shuttles. Lots of them. And we have the Cybernetic core spinning. Gypsy just scanned. And so you can see, okay, where was that second scan? I don't know. I heard, oh, it was right here. Okay, so he's checking what's going on. He sees speed shuttles, which is really powerful. If you see multiple speed shuttles sitting there, you have a very good idea of what they're going to do. They're going to try to either counterattack your main with them or bust your tanks. So you want to add some additional turrets at that point. He does have an okay turret spread. Obviously, 2 speed shuttles will make this... It'll hurt it a lot. Another speed shuttle coming out. This is the interesting thing to me. Is this range upgrade? Does he not have range yet? I think he does. So I think he's getting +1 prepped for a possible carrier switch. But the fact that Gypsy scanned the main base and this was spinning that late, it's in his head now that he is going to be fighting possibly against carriers. So I'm sure he's going to check on that a few times. Now, Scan should not attack in here. This is an only Dragoon army. You need a bunch of speed lots with this to make this work. I do not... If he goes in here, this is going to be bad for Scan. Okay, he's going to bomb on top of some of these tanks. This one does not unload at all. Okay, coming forward with the goons, but Gypsy is going to destroy this. Yeah, I think that was a gigantic mistake from Scan. Gypsy's spread was so strong here. If you bomb all the Zealots out perfectly, maybe you get something done there, but overall it was like a sacrifice of 3 speed shuttles and everything in them. So I think that was a dire mistake from Scan. Okay, Stargate on the way. We don't know if it'll be Arbiter or Carrier yet. The way it's placed looks like Arbiter. Normally, Stargates for Carriers are going to be on the edge of bases to make them harder to scout. Vultures out here, getting around the Dragoons. Let's take a look at Gypsy, adding quite a few factories now. Kind of an interesting game with the timing of the factory adds because he went 4 factories early. That spent a ton of his money. He didn't really bank up. So getting up to his full factory count, it looks like he's going to be going up to 9, which is really healthy for 3 bases. This is where he's going to start getting maxed out and kind of staying maxed out. He does have this 4th CC done. Pushing forward now, getting ready to take this location, it looks like. Scan doesn't have a lot of recourse. Okay. Oh, 3 Stargate. Okay, so he is going to go into carriers, but this is like close position. And Scan is basically maxed. Okay, he is getting some High Templars out. So this is going to be like a later carrier switch. And it looks like he bombed in with some shuttles. I missed that, sorry, but... Yeah, not getting that much done with it. He is going to go to this high ground, and this is going to be annoying. Notice Gypsy immediately flies this way. It's really hard to push up this ramp and take this base over against a big Protoss army up there. Anything you send up the ramp will die if they send their Zealots at it. Oh my god, is he going to get the command center? No, not quite. Just enough tanks there to push it back. But the Vulture's going to go for a counter now. This is a great move from Gypsy. The army is so significantly out of position against a counterattack. He does have some army here. If he has Psy Storm, he'll clear this well. Oh, kind of misses on those storms. Oh, he does get... the mine hits are crazy. He does get the Archon Morph, so that's kind of nice. In the meantime, Gypsy pushing up here. Scan running back. All right. Where are we at right now? It looks like carriers are being produced. Where is... Yeah, there's the Fleet Beacon. He does have 4 Stargates. The problem I see with this is that Gypsy is securing his 3rd gas, and he should have 3-2 on the way. Okay, he has at least +3 attack on the way. And that's, like... It's hard to get into carriers at that point. Carriers are generally, like, if you squeeze them in earlier in the game, they're very scary. Later on, not as much. And you can hear those scans going down. Wait, where were those scans? Not really sure. Yeah, we'll see if he starts adding in Goliaths here pretty quickly. Ooh, huge mine hits! Alright, in comes the bombing once again on top of these tanks. They do unsiege to try to prevent all that splash damage. Scan's army not going to be able to do very much coming up this ramp. Looks like he will turn around. Rewarping in some cannons. This is very much a stalling game for Scan right now. He needs to get a critical mass of carriers. He basically needs like 6 carriers, I would say. 4 isn't that scary. But when you start getting above 4, it starts to get very difficult to deal with. So I think that's kind of where we're at for Scan. He's trying to annoy Gypsy and slow him down a little bit so that he can get, you know, enough carriers out to actually fight. But as is, his standing army not that large. See, he is trying to pop these carriers out. Don't forget, they're pretty supply intensive. Looks like he's trying to get a new base over here. But there are well-placed mines. Scan's been so aggressive that he's lost a lot of army. And yeah, Gypsy's push here is going to be really scary. There's like no arbiters and no Psystorm. Now, okay, Goliaths are starting to be popped out. So as long as he has like 6+ Goliaths, he won't lose all his tanks to these carriers. Carriers right now only have 4 interceptors. He might have forgotten to get that upgrade. Oh, there they are. Continue to go up. Goliaths, I guarantee you he has Goliaths being made out of every single factory right now. And, like, Gypsy's still trying to attack. I think this is a mistake from Gypsy. He's just going to lose all of his tanks, and this is going to give Scan a possibility to come back in this game. I think Gypsy has played a really beautiful game here, except for this moment. Like, kill this base and run away. When he started going down, you need to pull it back and reinforce. So now suddenly we look at this, and let's count the tanks. We have 4 up here. Okay. 4. Okay, so we have 11... And now we have 14 tanks. So we have 14 tanks. That's still healthy. That's still healthy. But he did lose quite a few there. He's got to kind of remax out. I think that's a really key thing when fighting against carriers, is get your army as close to max as possible before fighting. You really want that critical mass to kick in. Scan now coming in with these carriers. Yeah, just knocking out some missile turrets. Scan just needs to make sure he's not losing carriers, basically. Anything he does with them is fine, as long as they stay alive. The one thing that Gypsy is doing, like, really super fantastically is denying expansions, though. See, nothing going up here yet. Scan wants another base. If Gypsy hadn't been so on top of this, Scan would have another base already mining. The vultures come up. They do find this base, so this is going to be a little bit annoying. He needs to deal with that. Gypsy expanding the bottom right corner. That's a great move against carriers. Carriers can't really fly down there. You're going to be keeping a lot of pressure. Carriers basically are attacking everything that's nearby, so they can also defend. So this is a brilliant move, but for Scan, he needs to send something down here ground-wise to deal with it. All right, Dragoons being sent up to secure this base. A lot of probes being transferred, really important. It's like, I think Gypsy still has the edge in this game, maybe slightly. But if he screws up, like, he screwed up that one attack downhill that went from a 1 game into a, okay, it's pretty close, but maybe still winning. If he loses this army, though, that's where I think Scan is going to be way ahead. Okay, so starting to take some damage here, but he's actually just kind of fighting the carriers with the Goliaths, and the carriers are fighting the Goliaths. Strip. Okay, those are some good storms going down. He has to be careful at this engagement. Ooh, I think this is going to go really well for Gypsy. Coming in with those Zealots, trying to get on top of everything. If he only had like 2 more storms, this could have been an amazing attack. But as is, everything gets deleted, and it seems like Scan is going to be in some trouble from there. He doesn't have that many interceptors. See, he's lost most of them. If he had 8 on each, he could actually probably kill this army, but not the case right now. Got to pull back. You cannot be losing carriers. All right, moving forward once again. Oh, God. Psi Storms everywhere here. But he doesn't have good anti-tank units, unfortunately. No Zealots in there to help clean these up. A lot of red tanks at the moment. The ground army will be cleared. Oh, Scan. Trying to keep these carriers alive. Trying to whittle this down. By the way, we do have this base up here mining. Very, very important. More probes being sent over as well. Uh-oh. Where's the Goliaths? He's got to send more up. The carriers are starting to get very efficient here. Yeah, you can see him starting to whittle down these tanks. Scan supply is pretty low, but a lot of that supply is in carriers. He's still popping some more out. He does need to make sure that he's remaking some of his ground, too. I think he does need to keep some High Templars around. All right, looks like Gypsy trying to go across the map, maybe to attack this base, but with a cannon and 4 goons, and the carriers kind of behind him, I don't think he can actually kill this base. Like, he'll end up losing these units if he dives on it, I think. But that's where you might be able to trap the carriers too, right? Like if your Goliaths come up behind them. Scan's trying to be careful, but there's mines like everywhere. He doesn't have enough observers. Like, look at the supply differential. Maxed out Terran here with 3-2 upgrades. That's some scary stuff. And look, he's like bringing his whole army to bear here. Scan is not going to be mining once he loses his base. I think Gypsy's done it. Yeah, you can see he's starting to pick off these carriers. Scan going to be running out of money here as well. GG. All right, Gypsy wins game number 1.